the whole conversation around masculinity and Black masculinity specifically. This goes back to women begging men to go to therapy and fix their issues.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
You know, I mean, I've had my own experiences of being around a certain type of, a certain group of men who exhibit groupthink. And that groupthink tends to lean very misogynistically. So it has an effect on you, you know, as somebody who's just kind of like absorbing it simply just because I'm a woman and I'm the woman in the room.
You should erase that.
Okay, that's a whole other fucking conversation.
Is that hate?
Yes. No, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's hate, but like in this day and age, no, exactly. In this day and age, in 2024, you cannot tell a fucking. I know that everybody's trying to tell women what to do with their fucking bodies, but don't fucking tell me what the fuck to do with my body and my image and shit like that.
Make a request now.
We oftentimes do comparisons, so we're saying that it's the supreme.
We're not playing no Drake, nigga.
We're not playing that last.
Just because he tried to come make nice with you on some divide and conquer shit, like he always do. Big up the girl to get at the nigga I'm beefing with. Don't fall for the fucking trap.
But you stayed for a long time, though.
Well, no, not really. I mean, so when we met at Sirius in 2008, we dated for about a month, and that was when he was brand new, you know, low.
She didn't even know who he was.
I didn't know who he was. You know, I had to play.
Some big football player looking guy. Who is that?
Well, you know how I like them looking, like they just fell out of a tree. You know what I'm saying? 11, 8.
You think he just fell out of a tree? You like him dumb, bro. I was like a dumb man. Monkey from Miami. Like a dumb one. All right, go ahead.
You have assets too, Melyssa.
I do have assets.
Stop it. Get some help. Welcome back and what's good? This is the Furious Robinson podcast, and I'm your host, Furious, your curator of conversation, wordsmith aficionado, voted most likely to be trending down the timeline. Hit the like button early, drop a comment for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. This is a Sick Times Media production. You see the planes, Melyssa Ford in the media cycle, and I'm not going to hold you. This was a masterclass in a nothing burger, but that doesn't mean it wasn't a strategic business move. This was a strategic play from Hot and Bothered, because when I sat here and I said, yo, what is the main point of me clicking this video? I'm waiting to see either Charlamagne or Melyssa Ford wake it up on Joe Budden. I'm ready for some shots. I'm ready for some jokes, maybe some old stories, but that did not happen on this podcast. Once Charlamagne started to get into his therapy bag, once I heard the word psilocybin and ayahuasca dropped on the pot, I said, oh, this is one of those. I need to grab my matcha latte. I need to make sure I go on ClassPass and sign up for Pilates. This was the type of podcast this was, and I respect it because I always understand strategic business moves. If you're going to roll out season 3 of Hot and Bothered, why not have the top op of Joe Budden? And when I say op, I don't mean street goon, blow you down in the street, walk you down, drive-by op. No, this is corporate level media mogul opposition. We're positioning for power moves and power plays when it comes to Charlamagne and Joe Budden. So when I saw this rollout of Hot and Bothered, I knew what time it was. So I'm just going to save everybody some time. 1:43. 1 hour, 43 minutes in, she calls Ish, Ice, Flip, Parks, and the gallery some group thinking misogynists.
You know, I mean, I've had my own experiences of being around a certain type of, a certain group of men who exhibit groupthink. And that groupthink tends to lean very misogynistically. So it has an effect on you. You know, as somebody who's just kind of like absorbing it simply just because I'm a woman and I'm the woman in the room.
And to be expected, that's Mel's bag, gender babble. Mel has been playing victim for 10 plus years. She was on The Breakfast Club at the great age of 38, spewing some of this same information.
He came along at a time where, I don't know, he just kind of slid right in. I don't know. There's like a...
Literally?
Yes. Okay, so you were
How
born.
good she is it?
Were you bored?
This wasn't about healing. This is about positioning. When you position yourself across from Charlamagne the God, you know that the Joe Budden lurkers, the Patronis, the Joe Vengers are going to be in the comments. That's what's going to make the video go. So the fact that Melyssa Ford understands that quick play to really drive traction, that's why I'm here, the business move.
No, it's not that. I'll be completely honest. It has nothing to do with me not wanting to be with anybody right now at this particular stage in my life because of this massive career transition and spiritual transition. I'm having what I now understand as a spiritual awakening. And it has been so powerful that I don't think anybody needs to be there for at this moment. I need to be here with myself.
Got you.
Yo, and today's question isn't whether Melyssa Ford is healed. Nah, this is a calculated business move. So I'm wondering why she's taking this play, because there's a lot of avenues you can go down once you do this. Now, I don't want to see her trying to interview Maul, Adam 22, Saigon. I don't want to see those interviews. But at the end of the day, a lot of this really has to be overly strategic because she did fumble a massive bag leaving the JBP. And I know there's a ton of stories there from her essentially giving Joe an ultimatum against Flip, her having to take a back seat to Mona as she's coming in and putting her foot down, and then also just the other allegations of mental health and things going on behind closed doors. And this is going to be tough for a lot of you to stomach, but Joe Budden brought Jessica Rabbit back from the grave. Nobody was thinking about Melyssa Ford. Nobody was thinking about Machine Gun Melly. So at the end of the day, she was able to increase her profile. She was able to position herself to leverage herself and to move into other avenues. And we saw those plays in real time on the show. But at the end of the day, this is a very calculated play. I can see her even going under the umbrella of the Black Effect Network.
Do you think that I coasted through this first season of Hot and Bothered?
Yes.
No, the fuck I did not. No, the fuck I did not. No, I did not.
Right, so finally
with
at 49.
The odd mention up here has been really great, but did it put money in my pocket? No. This was a self-funded fucking project that I have had to apply every ounce of my fucking energy
Talk to these stupid niggas. These
wait. Self-funded don't mean self-worked.
So when I look at moves and oppositions like this, I just have to say, what are we doing here? Because I thought this was about mental health. I thought we were about to go on a healing journey. And I don't need any psilocybin. I don't need any ayahuasca. Please wake it up on why you left the Joe Budden podcast, especially if you're going to have Charlamagne the God sitting directly across from you. So the tough part about this interview is just that. It's a tough listen. You're listening to Charlamagne the God going to a therapy bag. You're listening to Melyssa Ford going to gender war babble. They're speaking about ayahuasca. Yo, Charlamagne was so deep in his therapy bag, so deep in his healing bag. He said doing ayahuasca was like playing Pokemon Go.
It's not hallucinating. It's not tripping. Like you're fully aware of where you are in that moment. You're fully aware of who you're around. You're fully aware of what you're doing. You can't believe what you're seeing. It's like virtual reality glasses. You know how I describe it? Remember when everybody was doing the Pokemon shit and they was looking through their phone to find Pokemon? That's what life was looking like.
Yeah.
I like Charlamagne, cool, but at the end of the day, the therapy bag is a little bit forced. And then when you add in Melyssa Ford kicking men's back in every 10 minutes because she's jaded from dating, it looks tough. And I'm not that tapped into ayahuasca. I don't want to do mushrooms in the woods. I get it. He looks at ayahuasca like how I look at the 2016 NBA Finals. He's looking at mushrooms in the woods and doing all these herbal teas like how I look at the Jordan flu game. It's just a different outlook, and I respect that. But I don't want to be on this healing journey. I'm not trying to get a smoothie from the Erewhon, bruh, if I'm just being real. So this is that type of discussion. And I'm going to assume at least 80% of those comments are Joe Budden Patroni members, ready to report back to Joe, ready to give him the scoop on spaces. And that's just how his universe works. He has a very parasocial relationship with his fans. I know that's a buzzword right now, so I'm just going to throw that in there. So I'm looking at Melyssa Ford as calculated strategic business player in real time.
No, it's not that. I'll be completely honest. It has nothing to do with me not wanting to be with anybody right now at this particular stage in my life because of this massive career transition and spiritual transition. I'm having what I now understand is a spiritual awakening. And it has been so powerful that I don't think anybody needs to be there for at this moment. I need to be here with myself.
Got you.
And this was the nastiest part of the video to me. This is where I come in and say, what are we talking about? Why does it always lead back to gender war babble? I don't really care if you're having a spiritual awakening. To me, you sound jaded. Let's call a crisis and we can move on. Because I get it. Yo, being 40 and being a baddie is the same as being in the NBA and being 40. The game done sped up. You got to keep up. We living in a different time. So at the end of the day, I'm looking at Melyssa Ford like, yo, take away the mushrooms, just reset the Hinge password. That's all you got to do. At the end of the day, I have to look at this logically and say, yo, if there's a 49-year-old woman kicking men's back in week over week, month over month, gender pill this, incel that, I have to look and say, yo, have you not looked within? And I bet my bottom dollar, 80 to 90% of these people that continue to push gender wars are just projecting. I'm going to assume Melyssa Ford has had her way with a multitude of men. And I'm not just speaking in a sexual way. I mean, she's just had an array. You can have what you want when you're that fine. When you have pretty privilege, you have access to a lot of men. So at the end of the day, what's the problem? What is the problem? If I go into the store and I can afford everything, I shouldn't have a problem with getting fly. If I got the bread, I can put on the chrome heart jeans. I can throw on the Amiri. Let me go ahead and throw on the rude cap too with the Louis Vuitton. I'm going crazy off the mannequin, but you get where I'm going. If she has the aesthetics, if she has everything, then why?
It doesn't matter that I have acted. It doesn't matter that I'm a television host. It doesn't matter that I'm a podcaster. It doesn't matter that I found success in many different genres of entertainment. It doesn't matter that the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, has hired me to be, just go out into the field and represent them.
You have assets too, Melyssa.
I do have assets.
So I don't respect these healing journeys. These women will speak and say things into the void for years. Melyssa Ford said some of these same things on a Breakfast Club interview 11 years ago. Playing victim. How long are we allowed to play victim? I just want to know. Just give me a time frame. Is it 3 years, 8? If it's 20, just say it's 20. You could play victim your whole life because it really don't matter at the end of the day.
What I have experienced a lot in my life, and I know that a lot of women have experienced this, is men trying to create a false sense of intimacy. The only problem with that is that women are very, very, very good at understanding what intimacy is because we are intimate with each other. The whole conversation around masculinity and Black masculinity specifically. This goes back to women begging men to go to therapy and fix their issues. I think that the Manosphere, Red Pill Nation podcast bros, I think that they are so much louder.
Because it's wicked outside. They even start to wake up the fact that podcasting is in hell. This is where she shot at her own co-host. This is where she took the time to talk about the red pill, misogynistic, groupthink men that she was just around a couple of months ago collecting that coin.
Don't start with me.
Okay. Why you pointing at me?
Start with somebody the fuck else.
Why you pointing at me? I ain't even do it. Stop. I'm congratulating you.
Can we ask?
Thank you. I'm not the one today. Not the one, the
You
2, the
stole
3, the
ass,
4,
nigga.
the
Shut
fucking
your
5.
fucking ass up.
And I get it. They did dogpile on you, but you had multiple opportunities to articulate yourself as a woman and really step on these ninjas, these barbershop gurus, but you didn't. You got into your victimhood bag and you backed down and you let them do it. multiple times over. Now, at this very moment in time, if I was having this conversation with a woman, she would right there say and insert an excuse and remove herself from accountability once again. So there is no woman here, so I'm going to leave that conversation alone. But at the end of the day, you had a multitude of times to give us the real Melyssa Ford. You have yet to show us the real Melyssa Ford. I get it. You want to be in your mental health bag. The Harvard invite is not coming. You already got a Gracie. You good. Give us the stories that we want. It doesn't all have to be on Hot and Bothered. You could create a clips channel and people will watch it. But at the end of the day, giving us these 2-hour nothing burgers, especially with such a strategic interview as Charlamagne the God. You know how many people are begging for Charlamagne? Do you know how many times academics has had to text Charlamagne to try to get him to come on that damn pod, and he is not going, and Melyssa Ford got it off the muscle? We got to look deep within and say, what is going on here? But Charlamagne knows what he's doing. He knows exactly how to play the game. As him and Joe Budden position for power in the black hip hop media space, this is just another strategic play. And just to be fair, I can give Mel some grace. That car crash could have ended her life. So maybe she's genuinely in her piece bag. And Charlamagne, he played it smart. No shots at Joe, no bait taken, just clean PR from C the God, from Shar. Peace and profit ride in the same Tesla. So is this really about healing, or is it more about headlines? Because if you really zoom out, this is a masterclass from Melyssa Ford in how to brilliantly position your podcast in a redemption arc. And then you call in Charlamagne the God to get his therapy and reflection off. And then now you have the Joe Budden audience pushing that AdSense revenue to the moon. That's how you play the game. But I gracefully digress. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Melyssa Ford going up season 3, hot and bothered? Or is Joe Budden going to strategically and subtly shoot until she can't take it anymore and breaks that NDA? Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button for the algorithm. Yo, subscribe if you're not a hater. This is the Furious Robinson podcast, a Sick Times Media production. Stay dangerous.